Hey guys, sorry for the different location. I am away from home right now and I'm kind of like sick. I think it's more of allergies, but I'm just kind of like, ugh. So that's also if I sound different and I'm a little off in this video, I just don't really feel the best. Blah. So this is a question I get asked all the time and I decided to do an updated video on it, kind of sharing some more information and tips and how to get started. If you would like to be a promo model or I guess any other type of model, but that's the type of modeling I mainly do. I made a video about this a few years back, but I've been doing this a lot longer now and I know different things and stuff like that. I think it's a lot easier to get started into modeling if it is something you're interested in, the way social media works now. What I suggest for someone who doesn't really know where to start, if you have like a Facebook page, write like a post out and be like, hey, you know, I'm interested in modeling. If you are a photographer or know of any photographers who would be interested in working with me to help build my portfolio, you know, either comment or, you know, tag their photography page in the comments below so I can check them out and get in contact with them. That is a great way to get started. In the beginning, you know, sometimes it can take a while to get picked up or, you know, to find a photographer that wants to work with you. And you'll probably start working with more photographers who are kind of new into the photography scene also, because that way you are both helping each other out because you're building each other's portfolios. And I know a lot of people that, you know, want to go into it and they're like, oh, I want to do this for a full-time job, and then they get really frustrated when it takes time and they're not getting paid for any shoots and, you know, nothing like that. They're not getting job offers. It takes a while because you have to think of it this way. A company isn't going to hire you if you don't really have a portfolio or much of like an image put out of your modeling to show that you're professional, you're reliable. So you have to build up that portfolio and show that, you know, hey, I can pull this look off, or, you know, hey, you know, you can count on me to do a good job promoting the item you want me to promote. I've been doing it for several years now and I didn't really start to make much money with it until probably about a year and a half or 2 years ago. But definitely, I really do recommend Facebook or, you know, even Instagram, any kind of social media sites like that, you know, make a post and be like, hey, I want to start, you know, a portfolio. And in the beginning, you may have to pay for a few shoots too, and don't get upset with that because, again, if you are someone who is not experienced with modeling, a photographer is kind of going to see like, hey, I'm not really getting much out of this in the beginning, you know, working with someone, so you may have to pay to get some pictures done, and that's okay. You have to spend money to make money. Once you find a photographer that is interested in working with you, check out their page. You can also ask the photographer for some, you know, numbers or emails of some of the other models they've worked with and kind of, you know, talk to them and see how they enjoyed working with the photographer and, you know, just feel it out, see how it goes. And also trust your gut. If a photographer is giving you like a creepy vibe and you don't feel comfortable, don't follow along with the shoot. Never do anything that you don't feel comfortable with doing. It's okay to cancel if you don't feel safe. I usually almost always have someone go with me to photo shoots. They're usually my helping hands, you know, someone to help like touch up my hair or, you know, takes behind the scene pictures for me. Usually record vlogs because I record a lot of vlogs at my shoots. Not everyone has to do that. That's just what I particularly enjoy doing. Also, if you're traveling and you're meeting up with a photographer like alone, that can be really sketchy. So I recommend taking someone with you, or at least letting someone know that you're going to the shoot in the time that you're going to be there and everything, and have them check in on you because it's really important to stay safe. There's nothing wrong with being safe, especially if you're meeting, you know, some random photographer off the internet. It can be pretty scary stuff. There are so many different types of models in the world, so don't get upset if you aren't super tall and super skinny, because there are models all shapes and sizes. I am under 5 feet. I'm like 4'9"-ish and a half inches, but I was blessed with long limbs, so you kind of can't really tell, but I am very short. And it really hasn't caused any issues at all in my modeling career. So size, I think, really is not important unless you are trying to do a very specific type of modeling. Also, when you're building your portfolio, I recommend trying to do as many looks as possible to show people that you are able to look different ways and you can do and promote different things. Because if you are able to pull off a ton of different looks, then you will be more appealing to a ton of different companies and you are more likely to get more offers for, you know, events, clothing sponsors, all kinds of things like that. There are a ton of agencies you can sign with for modeling. I am personally personally independent. I also self-manage. I am my manager for all of my stuff, and I also help manage some other people. But if you are interested in looking to be on an agency, there are a ton of those. I really don't know very much about them, but if that's something you want to get into, you can always ask around, and hopefully they'll be able to give you a little bit more info if that's the direction you want to go into. I personally like staying independent and managing myself, but I've also been doing stuff like this for a long time, so I kind of know how to go about with stuff like that, and not everyone does. So you can hire managers and people to help you, you know, find modeling opportunities and how to go about with photographers and to work everything out. There are just so many options. Like a lot of my modeling stuff now, I'll get an email. I kind of talked about this a little bit a few minutes ago, but pretty much like I'll have a company reach out to me and they'll be like, hey, you know, we would love if you did a shoot in this outfit. I have a few photographers that I work with kind of continuously, unless it's like a project where they have like their own photographers and like, you know, hair and makeup artists supplied. But normally they contact me and then they'll send me the items or whatever, and then I will contact, you know, one of the few photographers I mainly shoot with, like, hey, you know, I just got this in, are you available, you know, this day to shoot this outfit? And that's how that happens. Hopefully this video was helpful for some of you. Also, don't ever feel like you are not good enough or pretty enough to become a model. There are so many different types of modeling, and I think it's amazing to capture all the beauty in the world, because humans are such interesting creatures, and there are so many forms of beauty, and there's so many different types of photography and modeling that I think everyone can be captured in a beautiful way. So don't let someone tell you that you are not good enough, because you are. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.